Hello, welcome to Kindergarten Roundup for our class of 2034 for Tri-City United. We held this information session last evening and wanted to share out a recorded version for those that were not in attendance or for those that wished to hear and see some of the information again. My name is Jeff Eppen. I am the Le Center principal. This is my first year here. I recently was working at Tri-City United High School for 4 years. Prior to that, I was an educator at Sibley East. I have a wife named Amy who also works in our TCU Lonsdale building, and I have 2 children who are both in middle school and high school. And as a family, we enjoy sporting events that our kids are participating in, camping, outdoor activities, spending time with our friends and family. And I do really enjoy building things, hunting, fishing, cooking, and generally just keeping busy with any sorts of activities. A quick little overview for our district. For those of you that may be new to us, we are 3 communities that are united into one school district, and that of course is including Le Center, but also Montgomery and Lonsdale. And upon consolidation, we really felt like it was important to keep our small school feel, so thus having 3 elementaries one in each town, but also combining our student population at the middle school and high school levels for some big opportunities for our kids. And so we're still able to have a very small community feel, but also with our increased numbers, we've been able to really enhance some of our opportunities, and that includes in student activities, whether it's adding soccer or swimming and diving or dance, but also in our facility upgrades that we've been able to do. Some beautiful new additions and remodels done to a number of our buildings, and really enhancing our student experience here in our community. We certainly focus on personalized learning and working to ensure that we are providing education for the whole child, and that's something we certainly believe in, not just the academic portion, but also helping our students become best prepared for life after school, whether that's working or going on for more education, but also how to be good community members and be supportive and active and participants within our local communities. And even if some of our students choose to go elsewhere, really wanting those students to be good community members wherever they end up. Our mission at Le Center is certainly to provide a nurturing and caring learning environment. Again, we have a small school and only a couple of teachers at each grade level. We also collaborate and establish partnership with our stakeholders, like our parents and our staff and our community organizations, and really working with our students to develop those learning partnerships. We provide rigorous and relevant individual learning opportunities for our kids, and we ensure that all students are able to reach their highest learning potential, are empowered to be contributing citizens. And you see that citizenship piece come through quite frequently in all that we do. We practice something here called Titan Pride, and in Titan Pride, it's our positive behavioral intervention system. And really what we do is we try to support the good things and teach kids to do the right things. And our Pride stands for prepared, respectful, independent thinkers who are determined to demonstrate excellence. And right now, this month of March, we are focusing on being independent thinkers and encouraging our kids to think for themselves and make their own decisions based on what's in their mind and what's on their heart, and not just because their friend said something or did something. And so that's a piece that we're working on right now, and we work on those different skills throughout the school year at each grade level. A little bit more about TCU Le Center. We are a pre-K through 8th grade building, and our school day begins at 8:05 in the morning and ends at 3:05. We have roughly a little over 400 students here, and our classes average about 20. We typically see lower class sizes in our younger elementary ages, and as we get up further into the older elementary and middle school, we see a few more students in our classes. But we're really focused on keeping those classes small at our lower elementary levels. We also are a one-to-one technology school, which means we have one device for each kid. And our K through 2 students will be using Chrome tablets for those grade levels. And then as they enter 3rd through 6th grade, they end up using Chromebooks, as does our middle school students as well use those Chromebooks with the keyboards actually built into them as they begin to do more word processing and typing. Other opportunities for our students each day at TCU, we have our specialists. They will get physical education 2 times a week for 50 minutes, art 1 time a week for 50, music and technology also 1 time a week for 50 minutes. And those are built into their daily schedule. Our student activities are certainly involved around athletics and sports, but also opportunities in robotics, student council, and even an art team. And as your 5th and 6th grader down the road in a few years has an interest in band, they can certainly begin to work with some instruments and those kind of things through their school day here at TCU Le Center as our band programming starts in 5th grade. Our systems, we have a number of systems in place to help support our students. Those include counseling, which we'll talk more about in just a second, intervention to help students who are struggling, and as you can see down the list, all the way down through some supports for English language learners and AVID. And AVID is a program that we've put into place to help our kids who are in the middle, help them grow and overcome some challenges that they may be having. You'll recognize we do have some accolades there also posted on the right hand about our positive behavior intervention. We've been awarded an exemplar school for a couple of years in a row, and also our Project Lead the Way, which is really a math and science curriculum. We're one of the few schools in the state that has Project Lead the Way available to our students in kindergarten through 12th grade. And that's a program that we feel is super important as it really focuses on science and math and engineering. Our kindergarten teachers, we have 2 wonderful educators who support our kindergarten students. Ms. Beth Enns, who's been with the district for 20 plus years of serving our kids, and Ms. Andrea Dubanowski, also who has been here for a number of years teaching kindergarten, and we're very thankful for them, and they are wonderful people who really enjoy and are passionate about our youngest learners, and they do a wonderful job, and whichever teacher you end up with, you will have a great experience. A typical daily schedule for our kindergarten students, typically arriving around 8:05. And then there's a breakfast and morning meeting time where we sit around a circle and talk about the morning and the day. There's also some, as you can see, reading and phonics curriculum that goes on, and of course math. And bathroom breaks are placed, throughout the day as our students need them. And of course, then there's also the 50-minute time for their specialists, whether that's PE, art, music, technology. And then we've got our afternoon schedule with some writing and science, and then a rest time. And it's not necessarily nap time, it's more just rest and quiet. Some may nap a little bit, but students get tired out. They're not used to, a full day of learning quite yet. We also have WIN time. WIN stands for what I need, and it's a time during the day where we can tailor specifically to each student what they need. What do they need the most help with right now, and what can they be working and practicing on? We also have some time at the end of the day where we're preparing to go home, but also some free play time. We know how important that play is for our kids to learn social skills and to apply some of the skills that they're learning. And so we do have some free play time as well. And then dismissal at the end of the day at about 3:05. So how do you help your kindergartner prepare? These are some of the things that are important, dressing, being able to dress themselves, toileting, washing their hands, tying their shoes, or if tying is hard, finding some Velcro so that they can put on shoes themselves. Learning about putting materials and toys away when we're done, and then also about staying in their personal space and respecting others' personal space as well. Another thing that you can work on, teaching some routines and really getting your children into a habit of good sleep pattern. And our children who are age 3 to 5 really need between 10 and 13 hours of sleep each night. And it's important that you help them get into that habit before school starts, so it's not a sudden change for them. And throughout these next few months before school starts, play some games with them, some problem-solving games, practice taking turns, perseverance and good sportsmanship if it doesn't always go the way they wanted it to. And remember, in kindergarten, when we're taking turns, we don't always have time for everybody to get a turn at every single thing all the time. And so helping your students understand that, oops, I didn't get a turn this time, I probably will next time. And also helping your children understand to follow 2 and 3 step directions. Start working with your kids at home and giving them a couple of different steps to try to follow. That will certainly help them be successful as they enter here. Just a few pictures here of our classroom spaces. You will see some desks, but you also see students on the floor learning, around a common table, working with things, and not just writing. They're doing more than just writing and math problems. They're creating and putting things together and playing and doing all those sorts of things. We have 2 wonderful counselors here, Mr. K, Mr. Kyle, and Miss Allison Beasley. Allison serves mostly our middle school students, and Mr. K is here every day, working with our K through 6 students. And they work with students on in small groups or in whole groups or in individual needs, depending on the student. But they also focus on, as you can see there, some bullying and friendship groups and some counseling services as the students need. They're a wonderful help to our young Titans. We also have a great nurse. Her name is Candy Tice, and Candy is here in our health office, and we certainly have kids who maybe need to take some daily medication, or if they have an emergency medication such as an inhaler or an EpiPen, we certainly are able to work with you on that, and her phone number is listed there, and you are certainly welcome to reach out to her at any time, and she will help support your student while they are here in our building. There is Kid Zone and Wrap opportunities for your child care needs. Should you have kids that need to be dropped off before or stay after school while you complete your work hours, there are some opportunities there. And just a little bit of information, you can certainly get in touch with our TCU Community Education, which will get you directed to the right people to find out more about what kind of childcare options we have. And that childcare is located in our primary building just across the street here. And you can see Jesse's number there and email to reach out to her with questions. There's also some pre-kindergarten opportunities. There's a Ready for K Day coming up either May 20th or 21st, and a $25 registration fee. There's also a kickoff to kindergarten, which is more of like a 4-day program that will come up in August, a couple weeks before school begins. And you can certainly see more information there about our community education offerings to help your student experience kindergarten before it actually gets going. So looking at the calendar, we'll be updating and getting some school supply lists out there. And then in August, we will have the teacher assignments available in JMC. We will send out a welcome back letter from our teachers. And then there's the community education opportunity. We also will have September Bolting Back to School conferences where we'll set up a conference with your child, the teacher, and the parents to sit down and talk about things. And during that time, our student pictures will be taken. And our first day of kindergarten, September 9th. If you have not done early childhood screening, we only require that to be done once during a lifetime, and so we will need your child to have that done if it's not completed. And you should have received a postcard. If you have questions, you can see Natalie's phone number there, and she can certainly help you out. JMC is our student management systems, and so once your registration is turned in, we will set you up into our database, and then in August, we will send some information to you to be completed online, and you'll be able to see your child's teacher assignment posted there, and also some information about to update family contact information and work with any other forms that we may need signatures. If you have questions about that, there is a phone number there to get to the main office here at TCU Le Center. If any of you have an interest in having a personal building tour with your child, whether you are new to our district or a child who you just think would benefit from seeing the classroom space and things, we certainly would be able to accommodate you this spring. We'll set up a few evenings where we might have a couple of families come in together and walk through the building and get a feel for what it looks like. Many of you have had children here before and understand what that looks like, but some of you may feel that this would be advantageous. And so certainly take advantage and contact Sheila at the number above, and we'd be glad to set up some time for you this spring after school's sort of done for the day in the evenings. If you have any further questions, please get in touch with us, but we are excited to welcome your kindergartner, and we look forward to meeting you in person and can't wait to have you become part of our Titan community here at TCU Le Center. Thank you very much. Please reach out if you have any questions. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.